Viewer discretion advised. This case is based on true events. On a winter night in June 1995, 24-year-old model Caroline Byrne was found at the base of the Gap, a cliff overlooking the ocean in Watson's Bay, Sydney. It was a place known both for its beauty and its tragedy. Police at first believed it was suicide, another loss in a place where too many had jumped before. But as days passed, questions began to surface. Something about the scene didn't add up. Caroline was young, successful, and well-liked. Friends said she was bright and ambitious, but also under pressure. Her boyfriend, Gordon Wood, worked as a driver for businessman Rene Rifkin, a name that often appeared in Sydney's finance pages. The night she died, Wood told police she had been depressed. Yet others described her as cheerful that day, preparing for upcoming modeling work. Her family refused to believe she had taken her own life. When investigators examined the position of her body, they began to doubt the original assumption. Caroline's remains were found far from the edge, a distance that suggested she had been thrown, not fallen. There were no witnesses and no camera footage. The case remained open for more than a decade as police quietly re-examined the evidence. In 2008, Gordon Wood was charged with her murder. Prosecutors argued that he had thrown Caroline from the cliff during an argument, using his strength and knowledge of the area to stage it as a suicide. The trial captivated Australia. Expert witnesses recreated the fall, measuring trajectories, wind speed, and terrain. It was one of the most complex forensic cases ever presented in a New South Wales courtroom. Wood was convicted in 2008 and sentenced to 17 years in prison. But 3 years later, in 2012, his conviction was overturned on appeal due to doubts about the scientific evidence. He walked free, maintaining his innocence. For Caroline's family, the outcome offered no closure. Her father, Tony Byrne, continued to fight for answers, saying his daughter's case represented how justice can sometimes slip away in the gaps between evidence and truth. He worked to ensure that her story would not be forgotten. Today, visitors still stand at the lookout over Watson's Bay, unaware of the history below. The sea continues to crash against the cliffs, calm one moment, violent the next, a reflection of the storm that has surrounded this case for nearly 3 decades. Caroline Byrne's story remains one of Australia's most haunting mysteries, a question of love, loss, and the thin line between tragedy and intent. Please like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow.